Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Charlie and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Charlie's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny corrections and little motivation that we give this particular puppy when we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Charlie's going to come home with his very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly, not that you're a novice, when you pick him up tomorrow. Now he's sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Charlie heel. Now at this point he has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with Fred when they're walking. Not forging ahead or lagging behind, but staying right next to his trainer. And each time that Fred stops his feet, Charlie's been taught to sit automatically and wait for his next command. So when you're walking down the street with him, he's a Vizsla and he's a puppy. So he's easily distracted, and you want to make sure that he's focusing on you, that he is not dragging you or lunging out to jump on people. And if he is, you're going to use that left hand to give your correction and get him back under control, because Vizslas can present their own set of problems, as you know. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the sit-stay. Stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. Your long sit-stay when you're practicing at home can be practiced indoors as well as outdoors, and your goal is going to be to work up slowly, about 5 seconds a day to 3 minutes. This helps to develop focus and self-control. When Fred returns back to him, he will walk all the way around him, ending up back where they started at heel position, and at this point Charlie expects to get another command, and they take off heeling again. And you can see that he enjoys the one-on-one attention. His tail is wagging, he's happy, he's not nervous or afraid, he's enjoying this one-on-one attention that he's getting from Fred. And that eye contact that he's off and on giving Fred is good. That's what you want. You want him focused on you, paying attention to you. This time, instead of returning back to him, Fred is going to use his name and call him in, but we don't get overly excited with the recall with this particular puppy, because then he just loses it. So that recall exercise is very important, and we want him to be praised for doing it well. But you can't get your voice overly excited. Everything has to kind of be monotone with him. And Fred is big on using his hand signals and not his voice, and sometimes that's a good thing, especially with this particular puppy, because if he hears any excitement in your voice, he loses it. Fred will demonstrate the come on command again for you. He reels him in so that when he gets to Fred, he's sitting. He's not launching himself at you. Now the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you are your down commands. And I worked him the other day right in the house on an 8x10 rug, so you don't need a lot of room at this point to work this puppy. And if you're having problems keeping him focused outside, work inside. Now, he's seated at Fred's left. Fred's going to take his left open palm straight down toward the ground and the one-word command to down and stay. Your long down stay when you're practicing at home, you're going to slowly work up to 5 minutes. And I'm talking over the next couple of months, not the next couple of days. When Fred returns back to him, he'll walk all the way around him just as he did on the sit-stay, returning back to heel, and he heels him out of that. And we will demonstrate that command for you again. And one of your main jobs when you're training with him outside is to keep his head up off the ground, because he's like a vacuum cleaner. And we've had so much stormy weather and wind lately that we've got twigs and branches and leaves. I tried to clean them up all over the ground, but he'll carry them around with him. And Fred will call him out of this down. He comes and sits. Very good. Gets a little pat for praise. And the last exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is probably the one that Charlie is not 100% perfect at, which is your down from a distance. So Fred leaves him in a sit stay and turns to face him, but he doesn't go very far away because Charlie likes to crawl in and lay down at your feet. This is the only time that you use your right hand to give the command, and then Fred will give him a stay and back up. Now when you work him in the house, he doesn't necessarily crawl in on the down from a distance. Now we have demonstrated for you all of Charlie's formal on-leash obedience commands, hand and voice. I'm going to have a packet of information for you to take home about his schedule here and all of that. We've enjoyed having him. He's a nice little puppy. He's a barrel of fun and energy, but he knows how to do all of his obedience commands, and he's come a long way. We look forward to meeting with you tomorrow, and thank you again for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.